What's up, guys? Happy Thursday evening. Welcome back to the show. I'm Mason Spesky, your host. Tonight we will be going for my Week 11 predictions and probabilities. I do have some bad news, though, to open up the show. I do not have the probabilities for win the division, make the playoffs, win conference, and win Super Bowls for this week. I am definitely going to try, though, to get that back up for next week. It's just been a pretty busy week for me, so I will definitely try to get those up for next week. However, I do have predictions for the rest of the season and a playoff bracket, which we will go through right now as soon as I get done with this little intro here. We will go through the playoffs or my predictions for the rest of the year in the playoffs. We will then do weekly game predictions, score predictions, and probabilities. So without further ado, let's get started. It will be a rather quick video. I'm just happy to be back filming for you guys. Sorry about the delays, like the fact that we haven't filmed a lot of weeks. I will try to be better with that, though, the rest of the season. We should be able to film mostly every week, if not every week, for the remainder of the year. And the probabilities chart will definitely be back soon. That I can promise you, just not today. But we do have record predictions today. So starting off with the AFC, here we go. Number 1, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. I still expect them to have the perfect season at 17-0, although they do face a tough challenge this week, but I still expect them to be perfect. Number 2, we have Buffalo, 13-4. Third, we have Houston at 12-5. Fourth, we have Pittsburgh at 11-6. I actually think the Steelers do win the division, which would be awesome. Fifth, we have Baltimore at 11-6. Sixth, we have the Chargers at 9-8. Seventh, we have the Colts at 8-9. I think the Colts still get in at 8-9 because I think the AFC is relatively weak this year. Eighth, we have the Broncos at 8-9. Ninth, we have the Bengals at 7-10. 10th, we have the Dolphins at 7-10. 11th, we have the Jaguars at 6-11. 12th, we have the Jets at 6-11. 13th, we have the Patriots at 5-12. 14th, we have the Raiders at 4-13. 15th, we have the Browns at 4-13. 16th, we have the Titans at 2-15. NFC time now, real quick. Number 1, we have the Lions at 15-2. Second, we have the Eagles at 13-4. Third, we have the Falcons at 10-7. Fourth, we have the Niners at 9-8. Fifth, we have the Vikings 13-4. Sixth, we have the Commanders at 11-6. Seventh, we have the Packers at 11-6. Eighth, we have the Buccaneers at 8-9. Ninth, we have the Saints at 8-9. 10, we have the Cowboys at 8-9. 11, we have the Cardinals at 8-9. 12, we have the Seahawks at 7-10. 13, we have the Bears at 6-11. 14, we have the Rams at 6-11. 15, we have the Giants at 5-12. 16, we have the Panthers at 4-13. For the playoffs now, AFC, 5th seed at Baltimore, 4th seed at Pittsburgh. I picked Baltimore to win this game. 7th seed at Colts, at 2 seed at Bills. I picked the Bills to win this game. 6th seed Chargers, 3 seed Texans. I picked the Texans to win this game. 5th seed Ravens, 1 seed Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs to win this game. 3rd seed Texans, 2 seed Bills. I picked the Bills to win this game. Chiefs, Bills, AFC Championship. I picked the Chiefs. NFC time now. 6th seed Commanders and 3 seed Falcons. I picked the 6th seed Commanders to win. 7th seed Packers at 2nd seeded Eagles. I picked the Eagles to win. 5th seed Vikings at 4th seed 49ers. I picked the 49ers to win. 6th seed Commanders at 1 seed Lions. I picked the Lions to win. 4th seed 49ers at 2nd seed Eagles. I picked the Eagles to win. And Lions, Eagles, NFC Championship. I picked the Lions to win. Super Bowl Chiefs, Lions. I picked the Chiefs. So there you go there. And the top 5 draft teams, I will do this real quick, would be number 1 pick Titans, 2nd pick Panthers, 3rd pick Raiders, 4th pick Browns, 5th pick Patriots. All right, let's get into the games this week. I'm just going to run through them real quick here. We got the Commanders at the Eagles, Thursday Night Football. It's going to be a fun one. I'm greatly looking forward to this one. It's going to come down to the wire, I think. I feel like the team that has the ball last is going to win this football game in this situation. And I feel that team will be the Eagles. It'll be tied at 24 apiece. They'll drive down the field, set Jake Elliott up. He'll kick the game-winning field goal. Eagles will win this game 27-24. Philly, I have you guys at a 61% win probability. Commanders, 0 to 38% win probability. Packers at the Bears, one of the most classic NFL rivalries, takes place this weekend in Chicago. It's actually the first divisional game of the year for the Bears and the Steelers as well. We'll get to that Sunday, but For the Bears, this is their first divisional game of the year. They've been struggling as of late. They just fired their offensive coordinator, Sam Waldron. I don't feel the offense will wake up this game because it's the Packers. Maybe in future weeks the offense will wake up. I don't see it happening this game. I'm taking the Packers to win. Give me Green Bay, 28-17. I'm just going to pull this. Green Bay, I have you guys at an 88% win probability. Chicago, I have you guys at an 11% win probability. Jacksonville at Detroit. I'm not going to talk about this one a whole lot. Obviously, everybody knows who I'm picking. We don't know the winner yet, but more likely than not, it's going to be the Lions. That's who I'm picking. I think it's going to be a blowout, to be honest with you. I think, look, they destroyed the Titans. I think Jacksonville is much worse than the Titans. Detroit would have to play like a pathetic game to lose this game, and I don't see that happening. I'm taking Detroit in this one. Give me the Lions, 55-7. Detroit, you're at a 95% win probability. Jacksonville, you're at a 4% win probability. Should be an easy win for Detroit. Vikings at the Titans. I think this game will be closer than expected, and I actually think it's going to be high scoring. I think this is a big week for Justin Jefferson. If you want to make that my hot take of the week, I think he's going to carry the Vikings with 2 touchdowns and like 170 or 180, maybe even 190 receiving yards. Big day for Jettas. I think that leads the Vikings to a victory. Give me Minnesota in this one, 31-27. Minnesota, you guys are at a 77% win probability. Tennessee, 22%. Right along now, Raiders at the Dolphins in Miami. I think this will be an interesting game, that is for sure. But in the end, I like the Dolphins. They're starting to play hot. Tua is healthy. This is the Dolphins team we need to see. And I think that Tua leads the Dolphins to victory. Give me Miami, 38-21. Dolphins, you guys are at a 71% win probability. Raiders, you're at a 28% win probability. Rams at the Patriots. This is actually going to be my upset pick of the week. The Rams are struggling. It's a West Coast to East Coast flight. Teams typically struggle on these type of flights. You saw how the Seahawks, they went coast to coast, going from Seattle all the way to New England, and they almost fell short. But thankfully for Seattle, they were able to win the game. I don't think the Rams do, though. I think the Patriots eke out a narrow win. Give me New England, 20-17. Patriots, I have you guys at a 50% win probability. Rams, you're at a 49% win probability. I would really like to see the Patriots win this game, and I think the Patriots will win this game. This would be huge for them if they do in their rebuild. Browns at the Saints. This should be an interesting game, that's for sure. Both these teams came in with somewhat of expectations with new offensive coordinators who seemed like they were going to do a good job or were hot names this past winter. However, they have both failed. Not so much Ken Dorsey because he hadn't been calling plays till recently, but Clint Kubiak, he started out strong but wasn't that great as the season progressed. Saints just recently snapped a humongous 7-game winning streak, so that was definitely interesting for sure. I think this will be a close game between these two underperforming teams, but I think in the end, the Saints stay on track and win this one, 24-20. Give me New Orleans. Saints, I have you guys at a 55% win probability. Browns are at a 44% win probability. Obviously, we're going to skip over the Steelers. You'll find that out Sunday night. Or not Sunday night, I'm sorry, Sunday morning. Colts and the Jets. This one, I changed my prediction on Tuesday. I was originally going to go with the Jets. However, this offense and the Jets as a whole are just pathetic right now. I was one of the few that expected the Jets to be bad. As many of you know, though, I expected the Colts to be really, really, really bad this year. However, they've proven me wrong. I would like to see the Colts in the playoffs, to be honest with you. I think it's actually going to happen when you look at my picks and all that, but it's going to come down to this game, whether or not they're a legitimate contender. If they win this game, you could classify them as a legitimate contender. If not, you maybe cannot classify them as a legitimate contender. This is their big litmus test, and I think they pass it. Give me the Colts in this one, 31-21. Indianapolis, I have you guys at 53% win probability. Jets are at a 46% win probability. This is the must-watch game of the week for playoffs, I think, in terms of wild card. Broncos hosting the Falcons this week. This will be an interesting game. I can't wait to follow this one. I was upset because in this area, like when CBS airs the Steelers at 1 o'clock and they have the 4:25 America's Game of the Week kind of thing, Fox doesn't air a 1 o'clock game. Fox airs a 4:05 game. So this week, CBS has the Steelers and America's Game of the Week, Chiefs and the Bills. So Steelers or Pittsburgh area cable will not be getting a 1 o'clock Fox game. Instead, they'll be getting a 4:05 one. I was upset to see that they gave us San Francisco, Seattle, not Atlanta, Denver, because I was actually looking forward to somewhat watching that game. Guess we'll just follow along, but these two teams are good. I love the direction that each of them has gone in. I mean, they both have stunk in recent years when you look at Atlanta and Denver. They haven't. Atlanta last made the playoffs in 2017. Denver hasn't made it since 2015. Interesting. Can you believe that? Well, they're both on track to make the playoffs this year. This game will be used to see which one has an edge. I think the Broncos, they're on home field. They're coming off 2 straight tough losses to very good teams. I think they're going to try to redeem themselves and prove themselves against a good Falcons team. I think the Broncos win this one 27-20. Denver, you guys are at a 50% win probability. Atlanta, 49%. Niners host the Seahawks. I think this game will be competitive. It will definitely have its ups and downs, but I think in the end the Niners are the better team. They're more built for this moment. They're more built to rise up to this moment. I'm picking the Niners in this one, 28-20. San Francisco, you guys are at a 90% win probability. Seattle, you're at a 9% win probability. I just feel like the Seahawks struggles have been too much as of late to pick them. So give me the Niners. And they're coming along well now that they're healthy, San Francisco. They're going to come on hot. Hot. Chiefs head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. This will be an extremely close game. However, I feel that the road team often wins this game. You saw last year the Bills went into Arrowhead and won. The past couple years, the Bills have been the team that has gone into Arrowhead and won. Last year in the playoffs, though, the Chiefs went into Buffalo and won. And the Chiefs typically do that. They go into Buffalo and win. And I feel that this will be the case this week. I feel that the Chiefs will go into Buffalo and will win in Buffalo. I'm picking the Chiefs in this one, 31-28. I know a lot of people are picking the Buffalo Bills, but I disagree with them. I feel that the Chiefs are the more powerful team. They're the better team, and this is when they're going to prove what they're truly made of. So I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. Give me Kansas City late, 31-28. Kansas City, you guys are at a 60% win probability. Buffalo, you're at a 39% win probability. Buffalo's favored, so I'm definitely taking the Chiefs. Sunday Night Football, it's going to be interesting. Bengals head out to LA to take on the Chargers. Again, Cincinnati has talent. It just hasn't worked out this year for them. The Chargers are the better team. The Chargers are playing better right now. The Chargers are at home in this game. How can't you take the Chargers? I'm taking the Chargers to win this one. Give me LA 24-17. LA, I have you guys at a 54% win probability. Cincinnati, you're at a 45% win probability. Now on to Monday Night Football, the Battle of Texas, the Lone Star State. You got the Houston Texans headed up to Dallas to take on the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. Unfortunately, this game is not going to be as good of a game as we all had hoped or expected due to the record of the Dallas Cowboys. They've been injured a lot. They've had a lot of issues. Dak's going to miss the rest of the year. It has not been pretty for them. In fact, looking now, because I'm just looking now to see what Monday night games could get flexed out possibly the rest of the year. The Thanksgiving slate this week, which is just 2 short weeks from today, if you could believe it or not, it's not all that great. Bears-Lions, which that'll be interesting. Probably the best game of the day, but I don't know. Lions are good. Giants-Cowboys, which is going to be horrible. And Dolphins-Packers, which might not be that bad, but it's not going to be great. And then Black Friday, you get Raiders-Chiefs, which, I don't know. We'll talk about Monday night games getting flexed out here in a couple of minutes, but This will be an easy one, I think. Philly just exposed Dallas. Philly just tore them apart. Houston may be weak. They may have lost 2 straight heartbreakers, but I feel like they get back and get on track in the best way possible. I think CJ Stroud rips this Dallas defense apart. I'm taking Houston in this one, 31-10. Houston, I got you guys at a 69% win probability. Dallas, you're at a 30% win probability. So that's all for predictions. Now let's look at some Monday night games that might get flexed out, because we're at the point in the year, I mean, you've already started to see games flexed. That game last week, or you saw the Bears and Commanders get flexed into a 4 o'clock spot. You saw this week the Colts and the Jets. That wasn't supposed to be Sunday night. That game was flexed. That game was supposed to be Sunday night, but it was flexed out for Bengals Chargers. So flexes are coming. So let's look at some December flexes here, shall we? Monday, December 2nd, Browns Broncos. That could possibly be flexed. I could see the Cardinals-Vikings game. It's tentatively scheduled for 1 o'clock p.m. on Fox. The Cardinals are 6-4. The Vikings are 7-2. Or you could have Chargers-Falcons or possibly Steelers-Bengals. Those could all be good games that could be flexed into that Monday, December 2nd slot. So don't be surprised if that gets flexed out. Because Sunday Night Football is 49ers Bills and 425 is Eagles Ravens. So those will not be flexed. In terms of week 14 now, we're looking here. The Bengals-Cowboys game. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets flexed out. You could always put in place of it Falcons-Vikings. Kirk's return to Minnesota. That would be ideal for Monday Night Football. Falcons are good. Vikings are good. Put that on Monday, December the 9th. That is the game you need to put on instead of Bengals-Cowboys. So we could have a lot of Monday Night flexes coming. Sunday Night Football, Packers-Seahawks. They're both kind of still in it, so I don't see that one being flexed. Although you could... Yeah, there's really nothing good to flex into that anyway. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't flex that one out. Week 16, you got the Eagles and the Commanders. That game's scheduled for a 1 o'clock kick. Sunday Night Football, you have the Buccaneers and Cowboys, which are 2 terrible teams as of this year. And Monday Night Football, you have the Saints and the Packers. The Saints kind of stink, so I think they're either going to flex that Eagle-Commander game into Sunday night or Monday Night Football. More likely Sunday night. Christmas week. Lions-Niners, that will stay Monday Night Football. Dolphins-Browns, that's not going to be Sunday Night Football. It's tentatively scheduled for it, but I definitely think that gets flexed out. A good game to flex into it would be Falcons-Commanders. That's a flex game as of now, so I could see them easily scheduling that for Saturday, December 28th, but yeah. Or, Packers-Vikings. That game's going to be flexed into Sunday night instead of Dolphins-Browns, I feel. So we got a lot of potential flexes, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on everything. We'll be back. Sorry about the delays. It's just been busy here. I'll try to do one next week. More likely than not, I will be able to. I don't know about the probability chart. I'm going to try, but it should be back next week. Definitely getting back on track more with this. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Enjoy watching Football Week 10. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. And as always, peace. See you guys next week.